And here we are. It's been a while. A couple of crazy days, maybe even a week. I think it's been since we've got on live together. But nevertheless, I thought we would have a look at OCS, see where we're at with Sicily II. Try and not knock the camera over too much this time. The last few times we played, we've had a few little spazzy challenges. And I want to give everyone a little update as well. If you're interested in that, we can do that too. So while I wait for a few folks to turn up, I'm going to bring in various bits and pieces onto the map. Just some of the supply phase for the July 3rd Allied turns, the top of the turn. And got halfway through the supply phase. My wife came downstairs. We had a conversation. I immediately, when she left, turned around and pressed record and realized that I hadn't actually finished doing some of the prep work that I thought I was going to do. So while I'm waiting for you to turn up, we'll do a little bit of that. And of course, if nobody turns up, that's okay too. That can become 2T over here. I'm just putting there's a little small ports around here that you can bring supply in on, and it's worth taking the time to do it because it allows you to, for instance, over here, this 1T token there. That's going to allow me to activate the. I'm sorry, I just got a private message there. It allows me to activate the. Get off my screen. Activate this, pay for this port here, which I did, airport here, which I didn't use. Actually, I may have. Looks like I flew one mission, so I'll have to pay for that. So that comes off. And there's also a T there, so we'll pop that guy there as well. And there's a couple over here that we'll take care of. We're just going to make sure we don't cross over the limits of supply shipped for the turn, and then we're in business. Okay, so a couple of you pop in and pop out. That's totally cool. Well, that port is damaged over there, so if I get a couple more bits in there, we'll be able to repair it. Although I will need an engineer to do that, so that's a bit of a problem. Okay. Let's see. Allied turn, August the 3rd. I think I said July the 3rd earlier on. August the 3rd, top of the turn. Allies got the initiative. They're going to have at it. And one of the things that I'm a little concerned about at this stage in the game, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 turns left, which is a substantial amount of gameplay left. But let's have a look at the situation over here. If you look fairly carefully there, you'll see these items, these counters, these reserve counters here. This particular turn, it's going to be very difficult to get any traction against the Germans because they have so many units in reserve. Now I can pick, as an opposing player, I can pick up that reserve counter and look at see what the top unit is, as long as it's a combat unit. Otherwise I can then look at the next unit until I get to a combat unit. And those guys are all in reserve for a reason. They're in reserve so that during the reaction phase of the Allied turn, when the Allies have piled up all the units and they're ready to attack here, they will these reserves will come out of reserve mode and either reinforce the hex that the Germans believe will be attacked, or they will. This is artillery here. I'm using my tweezers right-handed here. Nope, that's not it. I'm a lefty. So yeah, this artillery here. 1, 2, 3. So that's in range. It's got a 4 range. We would pop that out of reserve mode, fire the artillery at the Allies and try and disrupt their attack. And that can just go, that you can get into a cycle of that, which can be pretty brutal on the attacker if it's done correctly. And I'm not much of an expert in this game. Yeah, there's another stack there. Right, so So the Allies have to think about this and work out how they can crack this little nut. And you'll also notice that now this line is two rows deep plus a third, row here with some reserve units. I think that's an RD unit as well. And then way back here, there are some more units ready to jump into the fray as well. The reason why you do that reserve thing, is that if, for instance, this stack here was disrupted, so that's a 7 and a 3, that's 10. If it's disrupted, it's going to be worth 5. So when I attack it, I've got much better odds versus attacking at 10. But if I can bring 2 undisrupted factors up, that 5 then goes to a 7, reduces the odds, right? So it's all pretty straightforward stuff. But nevertheless, complicated little situation we got there. We're going to have to work out how we manage that, right? So let's see here. And in fact, this is the first thing we're going to do, is work out what we're going to do here. I've rolled for reinforcements, brought replacements and stuff on. I suppose I should check and make sure there's no. Yeah, there's nothing else coming on board, I don't believe. Last time when I played the original Sicily, I forgot to bring on a unit. Welcome whoever's joined there. Please say hi if you'd like to. Otherwise, we'll carry on incognito. I can't see who you are. So let's see here. Well, I guess the first thing the artillery is going to have to do is spread itself out a little bit and try and pop as many of those units out of reserve. And depending on how that goes, that's going to drive what we do in the turn. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I also need to obviously disrupt these hexes as well, or disorganize these hexes so that we can have a better chance of being successful in the attack. Although that attack there, 10 factors, is not too shabby, although I technically don't know that. I know it's a 7, right? There's also this hex here, which I think is going to be cool. It's a village, and I don't even know if that counts. I guess that counts as a... No, it's got a rail. It's got rail in it, so it must be a land hex. So I guess we could try and skinny our way along there. That's probably the safest hex to attack, actually, that one right there. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to try and digi that, bounce as many of these out as we can. Let's see. I'd certainly want to try and hit that artillery. What's this hex here? Plink. That's just awesome. And there's more artillery there as well. These guys are not in reserve. I don't want to knock the camera over. All right. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay, so let's move. We'll try for a 12 shot up here. So I'm going to push this dude up to 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess just 1 hex up. These guys can all stay where they are. And I'm probably going to do 12 factor attacks, I think. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. That's 4 attacks. Okay, so 4 separate attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5. I need 5. Okay. What we can do then, I'm going to have to try and find some artillery. I've got 1 artillery unit here that I can use. Here we go. Okay, I've got 24 here. So this 24 factor unit will attack this. These 5 will hit the reserve units. What's this reserve unit way back here? Shoot, that's the Tiger tanks. They are also a threat with a 5 rating on their whatchamacallit, efficiency rating, action rating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I need 6 attacks. Well, I only got 5, so we'll hit these 2, this stack, and this stack. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one 5. And we'll leave that 1 12 rated, the weakest unit in business. Make sure there's no reserve markers here. No, there aren't. Okay, so I'm gonna Well, so that's that part of it. We've worked that out. Now let's try and get the right units into the attack. So there's 22 factors that will push up into the battle. This is going to be a village is going to force no change in the combat value, so I could bring that 6 up. That's 5. I'm going to need supply up there as well. Do I have any other artillery I can use? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to move this artillery up. I'm going to pay for the... I'm going to put this guy back here because I've got to pay for the movement first before we go do anything silly. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the range? This guy's got a range of 4. So this artillery is going to be in range, which is great. I could pile this dude up into here, and we can combine the artillery attack and make it larger if we really want to, and I may do that. I'm going to put these 2 units here into reserve mode. Welcome to new people who are joining, so that they can take advantage of any success we have. Last time I did that though, it cost me nearly a full regiment of tanks, brigade of tanks as the case may be. That guy has 2 steps left. He's kind of had the snot kicked out of him, but he would be 12 up in there. You know, if I do get everybody out of shit, alright, we'll just put this up here, and I will push this guy up to here. I also have air attacks that I can use to try and reduce these forces as well, in terms of punishing the Axis player a little bit before the attack. But I like to try and get it done. These guys don't cost as much to use for a start, so we want to keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to drive this dude up here. Take the tongs out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to make it up to there easily enough. I know it's blurring up on you guys. It's because my hand's in the way. Let me just scoot back a little bit. Bring this dude up to here. Actually, we'll bring both these up. So they'll go 1, 2, 3 to there. I'm going to drop this supply here. Now, we actually don't need to worry about shuffling supply around at the moment because I have a bunch of it here just behind the camera, and a little further back I have as well, and I can reach it all with my headquarters. This 12 rated headquarters unit can throw supply forward 12 truck movement points worth, so that we've got that going for us, which is nice. I'm going to put this dude here, going to cover our flanks a little bit better. This dude's going to be out of supply next turn if I do my job right. 1, I don't think I can make it into that hex. This guy's had the snot kicked out of him as well. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put this guy just to one side there so that you can see him there and I can keep track of him. Alright, got these dudes in reserve. I've got to pay for the fuel for them. We'll do that in a little bit. Just bear with me. And I've got a stack of guys back here. Let's see what we got in here that I can bring to the table. Some mobile artillery. A couple of tank units. So let's put the 2 tank units into reserve mode. And we'll have to pay for fuel for those as well. Where are all the reserve markers? Hello? Looks like someone committed a neatness in my on my table. What's going on here? Here they are. They're green. Flip it over, make it red, make it brown or tan or British tan, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually going to take this, put this little recon unit there under, or scout car unit under reserve mode. And while it's a dirty trick, I'm going to also put the mobile artillery in there as well, so that if I do need to suffer some sort of horrendous loss that comes upon us because of a variety of reasons, then we will have that there to absorb it. Goes in the dirty tricks department of the game. 1, 2, 3. These Marines, you know, I'm probably just making a mess for myself. 4, we'll put them up there. 5, up to there, and I'm not expecting any major counterattacks from the Germans, but you never know. If I attack and push through and it's successful, I'm going to end up in being in a very tenuous situation there. So that's actually, these 2 hexes are hexes I should be trying to disrupt as well. And so what I may do with this artillery here, while I am going to try and attack these, I also want to try and attack these, and I need to have something adjacent to them if I use air. So it might be better to use these guys on some of that as well. So that's just another choice I'm going to have to make. Welcome to the folks who just joined. If you want to say hi, please do. I can't see who you are until you post a comment, because I'm doing this streaming from my phone. And I appreciate the thumbs up too. That's very nice of you to do that. And let's see. So, and we're going to just focus on this half of the map, right? So we're doing just the British half of the map at the moment, or the Commonwealth half of the map, and we'll deal with the rest of the action going on over here, probably in a second stream a little bit later on today or tomorrow or something like that. I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do it. I've only got about 45 minutes to crank through this, so we'll see how much we get done. In fact, I probably should be keeping track of time. Never mind. Right. Movement. I'm going to be in supply, so I have to worry about that. So I do need to put some air down if I'm going to do any air attacks. And before I do any air attacks, one of the first things we want to do, see these guys all the way up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the extent of the patrol zone for the enemy. So I'm free and clear to conduct air attacks in here, and I'm outside of patrol zone. So that's going to protect me from any interceptions and things like that. So we're not going to waste time, effort, and treasure on trying to disrupt those units in any way, shape, or form, unless I felt that they it would serve me in the following turn to disrupt those units or those units up there. There's heavy flak around here, and I've goofed around with that stuff up there before, and it's just not a lot of fun. All right. So let's put some air down on where we think we're going to conduct some attacks. Taking a little bit of a beating with my Wellingtons. Did get an air point back this turn, which is nice. So I'm going to put 10 factors in for shits and giggles on this dude here. I'm going to put 16, 24, and a fighter support 24, 26 factors. You know, this might do the job here. If I put 26 factors on this guy right there, I'm going to put that there. And that means I can, if I push this arty up one more hex, move it up, I can reach into the background here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll be a tough shot to try and get a result, but I could barrage that hex there, for instance, or that hex there for that matter. Right, so these guys are attacking here, they're attacking here. What else have I got? I've got 16. He will become active. 17. Fighter support, might as well throw that chappy in. We still have to run the gauntlet of flak, and let's see, 17 factors. Well, I think 17 is going to be better than 12. So if I put this dude here, and then I'll still have a second chance with a shot of 12 factors on that guy with the artillery piece that's underneath there if I need to. Or I can change my mind and not use the 24 factors on something else. Okay, got it? All right, so that's all the Allied air, all the Commonwealth air that's over on that side of the board. Let's get on it and see what we can do. I've got to clear out the die rolling deck. It's got a bunch of crap in it. Excess dice. Markers. Now, let's see. So this guy's going on this guy. Just so we keep track of stuff. And I do need to check just how many units are there, actually, because, oops. Okay, so it's going to be just one regimental equivalent, which is 1 re, as they call it. So when we go to the barrage table, we'll have to roll on, we won't be making any adjustments. Okay, so now let's do flak for this hex first. Here we go, flak roll. Flak roll is a very elegant 4, which means there will be no flak penalty going in. I'm going to pull that off there. Of course, I now don't know how many factors are here because I forgot. 24, 26. 26 factors. No adjustments on the table other than terrain. There will be a terrain adjustment because they're in close terrain or the equivalent of close terrain. We'll just see if there's anything else going on here. We've got a spotter. Nothing in strat mode. Blah blah blah. It's within. We're not doing the optional rule bullshit. So let's and no density shifts. So 24 factors is what I said, right? And roll 7, which is a mediocre but fine results. That's going to give us a disorganized on that stack there. Neither here nor there. That's fine. Now this is 2 armored units. They are potentially in extremely close terrain. Which, no, very close. So very close and close is a 1 column shift. I said we had 10 factors. That's right. So we're going to do flak for that guy first. Flak, I roll a 4, so no flak penalty, damage I should say, and a hefty, 5 is not going to do it. A 5 on a, what did I say it was, 12? Yeah, I ain't going to make it. Okay, no result there, so no result on that guy. Pull that guy out. He goes to the inactive box. Where'd that other stack of air go? Here they are here. They go to the inactive box. We can't use them either anymore this turn. We were going all in. Now, so this is the end of the movement phase and we're doing the air and naval barrages. So let's just do this one next. Let's do the flak for that guy. And still no flak effects, 7. And so what that would mean is it's a 7. And I'm not in a patrol zone, so the only thing we're going to add is a +1 because there's at least 1 fighter. And you would add +2 if there was no fighters. So it would make it an 8. I need an 11 to cause a damage result on with flak, in case you've never seen me do that before. All right, so now we're going to roll for damage here. Let's just roll the dice. We'll see what the result is. 4. That's not going to be good. I've got 8, 16, 17 with a 4. So that's not good enough. Well, that is just a total bummer. All right. Shit. That's not good. All right, let's put that there. Now I've still got to try and get these guys bumped out of the reserve mode. So let's start with the Tiger tanks up the back there. This is all going to end up horrible. So 12. We don't have to worry about spotters for Navy in this particular game, I don't believe. So it's going to be just on the 12 table -1 because of the terrain. So we're 1 column back. And roll 3, that's a miss. So that stays in its doohickey. This guy now stays in reserve mode. 12. Unfortunately, oh no, it's a 7. 7 is going to be good enough. I thought we were going to get a kill step there. So that guy comes out. That's great. That guy comes out, and he is now disorganized, so he will not be able to react in the reaction phase. Let's see. Next guy, so that's those two guys done. Let's turn them sideways. Next guy, we were going to do this guy and this guy, I believe. So that's these two dudes. So let's do the top one. 12 factors. Jeez Louise, 7. He's in very close. So 7, 12, drops back 1, is still disorganized. So that's good. So we bump him out of his reserve mode. That's a pretty hefty artillery unit, probably 152 millimeters, something like that. So that's a good thing. Oh, look at these guys in here that are in reserve too. Shoot, I'm in trouble. Yeah, this is going to be a horrible turn for the Allies. I have a sneaking suspicion. Okay, so that's that guy. One more. Next guy. That's okay. An 8 will do it. We knocked him out. It's kind of part of the game here as you try and overwhelm the attacker with choices they need to make in terms of where they're going to spend their scarce resources. So that was that guy, right? And now I've got an 18 left. 18. And I said that these guys were all in this area here. So he can hit any of those. You know, I'm probably inclined. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm probably inclined. I don't suffer a spotting penalty. I'm probably inclined to hit that guy. So let's do 18 on him. It's going to be -1 column. We missed. All right. So they're all fired, all done. Now, one thing I do actually have a couple more air units here that I could use if I wanted to. But I think we'll say we're done there. Okay. So that's that. We missed the Tigers. We missed that artillery piece. We missed this stack here. I didn't even take a shot at that stack. That's the stack I was going to fire the 18 on anyway. So we missed them. All right. So that is movement, air naval, barrage thingies, supply phase. We're all good with supply. I'll check the Allies supply, the American supply later on. We'll redo that. Reaction phase. So now here, and I'm going to roll a die for this because it's not immediately apparent where the brunt of the Commonwealth's attack is going to be. It arguably we could say the attack is going to be here or here, right? We did try to DG that as well, but this doesn't look like it's going to be attacked because there's not enough attack factors. In fact, that's a non-attack unit, but there is a full division underneath here, right? So where is the brunt of the Allied attack going to come from? Is it these two hexes and this unit underneath here attacking this hex, which would be one thing? Or is it all of these guys attacking this hex? And I'm not allowed to look under this because, you know, it's combat unit and I can't see. Now, it's kind of a gamey thing with this stacking rule where you can only look at the top combat unit. So as a gamey gamer, I put the weakest unit on top. But since we've got most of the strong units on top for the Germans, we'll do the same thing here. So I know that there's at least a full division, possibly 2 coming at me, and it could go here or here. And so the Germans now have to choose with their units in reserve. First of all, do they want to try and disorganize that force, and which one of these 2 stacks do they want to try and hit? They're both in range. Oh, actually, they're not. 1, 2, 3. So only this one's in range. But this guy here, he has a range of. Don't tell me I screwed up. He has a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're both going to come out, and they're both going to fire. This guy is going to fire at this guy, and this guy's going to fire at this guy. And I will need to spend some supply for that. It's going to end up being a net of 6T. So I'll just pull that now so I don't forget. So that'll basically end up being a 1 here. And let's do the 12 first. The 12 combat factor barrage first. Here we go. That is a 9, so that's going to disorganize that stack, even with a column shift. In fact, it's probably going to suffer a column penalty. It'll go back 1 and up 1 because of the size of the formation there. That's my guess. Next stack 19 factors here. Ooh, rolled a 2. Rolled a 2. The Nebelwerfer's worth. That's horrible. So let's check this now, because I actually have 2 full divisions here. So it's going to be some big modifiers. I am in open terrain as well, so that's not good. 8 steps, which is basically, is that 8 re? Fuck, that is 8 re. You know, there's something about these divisions saying they're 3 re each. Anyway, it's going to be 6. 3 shifts to the right on a 19. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, a 2 is going to DG it. Dang. Okay. That's actually not 2. Yeah, it is a 2. Okay. I use these 2 dice for the result, and this one for any penalties that might occur. Okay. Painful. So that's it. Shit. The Allies now would be foolhardy, I think, to try and get in here and attack that hex. But that's not to say we wouldn't do it. I've got 46. I've got 23 factors attacking something. Let's see if we can knock this guy out with my artillery here. I'm now going to use all 36 factors. We're not screwing around anymore. All 36 factors on that bad boy. 36 is going to cost me a full SP. I will just pull that. I think that was in here. Yeah, I can do that right here. So we're putting a massive barrage down on this hex. 36 factors. Now, there's no way... Well, I shouldn't say that. There's almost... Shut up, Kevin. All right, yeah, we get it. So a 9 will do it. Just so you know, I'm not hacking you. There's a 9. So that's a DG. Now we've got to decide if we want to do this attack. And it's going to be at rough odds, and I've got to let me make sure I've got enough supply here to do it. Yes, I do. So I've got 8, basically 9 steps in there. So that's going to be 8, 9, 8. There's 4, 8. There's 9 right there. Pulling this off here. Okay. I said I needed 9, so it's actually going to be this guy as well, because I flipped him over before. All right. Wow. Okay, let's see now what is in this hex. Oh shit, a 14. Wow. Okay, these guys have got to pay 2T to defend there. I've got, let's make this a 2T. Wow. I didn't, that's a surprise. I forgot that was there. Shoot. So that's going to be 7, that's going to be 9.5. I'm going to make a note of that. 9.5. This is going to hurt. 9.5. And what did I say out here? 26 or something like that? Yep. 46, 23. 23. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. And they've got a AR of 4. And my AR is going to be 4 as well. So no modification on the surprise roll. And that's going to be a 1-to-1 attack in close terrain. I'm going to roll for surprise. Doing a regular attack. I roll a 7. A 7 is not going to be good enough to get me surprise, but it is going to prevent me from losing any, of being surprised. So now I'm going to roll 2 dice, No pluses or minuses on the 1-to-1 table in the close terrain. Now you will see the foolhardiness of this attack if I roll a 2. Oh, and I roll in an ordinary 8. So let's see what an 8 is going to do for us. AL101DO1. Attacker loses 1 step. So we've got to lose the first step from our high rated unit. So that's that guy gone. He goes to the dead pile. And it's a, what did I say? 01, lose another step if I want to. I can retreat or lose another step. And I will stay there. Let's put a 3. Where's a 3? Under one of those guys. These guys DO1. That means they need to choose. If they want to stay here, they have to take a step loss. If they don't, they can retreat. Now, I believe because the attacker took his step loss, these guys are... No, that's the other way around. If the defender elects to take the step loss, then this guy has to take the step loss. So this guy's going to have to die no matter what. So that now leaves us with that. 14 halved with a 2 rated unit. And what that will do for us is not a whole lot. If I had a really good reserve stack here with a bunch of high-powered armor, and I've got that flipped over the wrong way. These guys were supposed to be fueled and flipped because they wouldn't be doing 4. It's not going to help. They would be on the mobile side. So if these were high-powered German panzers, they would just motor on up here and try and overrun this division and see what they could do. It'd be a pretty tough attack, actually. But let's say there was 3 or 4 units here, and I had that's a village, so it wouldn't be doubled, so it'd be just a straight-up attack. It'd be 6 versus 7. It'd be a 1-to-2 attack. It'd be a horrible attack to take. Same with this other stack here. We would not want to release those reserves and move them forward. So that is the end of, for all intents and purposes, that is the end of the Allied turn on this half of the map. That's the combat phase. We did the barrage, did the combats. We would now have exploit where we can move our reserve units. We're not going to do that. And we're going to leave them in reserve for the time being. Cleanup phase. I pulled DGs off my guys. So this, smash that. But that comes off. So there we go. All right, guys, that's it. I will talk to all you soon, and we'll do this other half of the attack, the other side of the board in just a second.